'Tis Monday. There's husband. Hi, everybody. Happy Monday. My dudes. I'm not gonna do the yell. I know better. uh, Hi. Hope everybody had a good weekend. Hope everybody got to play pretend. And let's just go to full face cam for the welcome in, shall we? Let's do that. I hope everybody got their rest and relaxation in. Played pretend, drank your water, like I need to do. My throat's been bothering me today, I don't know why. Yeah, lots to talk about. I am working on, currently, it takes time. It takes a lot of time. I am currently working on typing up session breakdowns, to post onto the wiki that I can share with everybody. So I only got like halfway done with the first sessions the other day, but I hope to get through those. It's just a matter of me re-listening to the sessions. One sec. That hat is too much right now. Okay. Oh no, the hair. Oh, I haven't brushed my hair today. I just put a hat on and called it good. Oh boy. Ooh, it's a thing. Okay. Man, I can't wait for this to grow out. It's like in that mid-tier length where it's just annoying. Alright. Oh, that. I don't know if I'm chill with that either. Okay. I don't... Fuck it. Whatever. Alright, cool. Bedhead. Whatever. Yeah. So I am working on typing up session breakdowns, what happened. I'm also considering specifically re-recording my character intros, so that others can listen to them, because, I mean, I'm not going to be putting out the actual sessions out for general general audiences, I should say. It's just for me, my players, and husband, to kind of listen to so we know what's going on and keep up with it. But to have recordings of the character intros, I think would be really cool. Just to have back on that way, because I can post what I typed up and people can read them, but I think because of the way they are in my mind, and because they're scenes, technically, there is more emotion in one way or another, so I might record them. And it's also a thing that I've been wanting to do anyway, where I want to potentially do like either YouTube videos or streams where I read things out loud. Just because I think that would be a fun thing to do, and I love reading, and to read to people is kind of like a dream, weirdly. To get people into books and stories and stuff. So I might like start taking books and stories and stuff that are in, the public domain, like, like on Project Gutenberg and the like, and just kind of read them out loud and record them and allow people to listen to them if they want. I don't know. Just an idea. Something in the back of my mind that I've always wanted to do, and maybe I can use this as a potential jumping off point. It'd be fun. Still staying within the confines of like fantasy and like cool stuff like that. And okay, my cat is behind my TV where I have OBS, and he's probably attacking a lizard in the window. Okay. Asher, could you chill? He's been crazy all morning too, so I don't know what's going on. Stinks! Welcome in, welcome in. Good to see you, my friend. I hope your weekend was good. Are you in good spirits this Monday? Monday morning or afternoon, whatever time it is where you are? Oh my god, Asher, please stop. Why do you have to start that right now? I'm gonna... Sir! Knock it off. I don't know what he's going after. Anyway, yeah, so that's another potential idea. Anyway, oh, and there's Thumbs. He's also there, so they're probably fighting, honestly. That's probably what's going on. Oh, God. Okay, so, talking about our second session. First of all, amazing. It good spirits but heavily congested. There's something going on in the air where we are too. Husband was sniffly this morning, and I had a couple sneezes as we went. So, I don't know what's going on. Fucking spring is coming. The pollen is here. Yeah, so, so second session went incredibly well. Again, everybody's continually super excited to come to the table, which again gives me life. So I am more than happy to continue to run this game. Because I've had successful games. Even like I had the 10-player one, which was I will never fucking do again. But not it was just like people just showed up at my house and they weren't really invested. Some of them were, but like not all of them, and like of course because your brain is just like, oh, you suck because these reasons. So it to have a smaller group allows people to have more investment, more time dedicated to the parts of the game that they love, their character arcs, that kind of thing. So, like I supposed would happen, the minute I got to play my NPCs, the energy just shot through the roof. Everybody was super excited and into it and just here for it, and I'm just overjoyed about it. I got to introduce every single NPC except one, which is my shepherd, Basra, who will come in later. I'm actually, instead of thinking that they find him randomly, which was like the original thing where he was going to be another person to live in the village later on with his herd, and he was just kind of out and about. Instead, I'm going to have him already be the shepherd, but he is currently lost. So he's like due back anytime. But after a little bit, they're going to be like, Basra's hasn't come back. That's not normal. Can you go find him? Because quests. So that's going to be fun. So that's going to be another quest that they can look into. Excuse me. Oh my god. I should also talk about... I need to do this more often as well. So every 2 weeks, where I go to game is... I also visit the library. Always, in that city, because it's a large library, it's got a great selection. And because I'm usually there right before I'm about to run a game, I pick up books that are relevant to the game's interest. And I highly recommend anybody, please God, visit your local library for any reason, please. Even if you just come and use the bathroom, I don't care. The more people that are in there, the better it is for your local library. And if you think that nowadays, with the way the world has gone, that libraries are not in constant threat, you are incorrect, and we could lose them. Please, God, please, visit your local library, get a library card, it's free. And if you can't do that, go online, and there are several libraries that will give you a library card wherever you are in the country, or perhaps even outside the country, I'm not really sure. I'm pretty sure the Public Library of New York will allow you to. Then you can get free audiobooks using the Libby app. I'm gonna get on my soapbox again, okay? Libraries are so fucking important. Please support yours, I beg you, if you do nothing else for me. If your choice is to sub to me or to visit your library regularly, visit your library. That's more important to me. 1000%. Alright? So that's done with that. But in interest of that, I go and check for various things. Usually I'm in like the witchy section, which is on the Dewey Decimal System is 133.43, I believe. Then in the games section, which is 793, there are D&D books there at the library and probably other systems as well. So please, if you need RPG books, go. 793.93. That's easy to remember. And other various histories that I am basing my, whatever world building I may be doing on. So the first thing I got was The Way of the Samurai by, excuse me, my pronunciation, Inazo Nitobe, this was written in the 1800s. This gentleman was actually the grandson of actual samurai. Like, because they went on into, like, the 1800s, samurai, existed. So, his grandfather taught him how to honor the samurai and the tradition and stuff like that, which is super fucking cool. First of all, so he writes, and this guy before this was just as Japan was becoming less and less insular, which they are still kind of have some issues with allowing people into their country. But he specifically learned English so he could write this book in English. This was written in English first and then translated back to Japanese. So he wanted other people to know about his country's history in samurai. Very interesting figure, interesting man. I'm enjoying it so far. It's just, you're kind of a history book, and it's not a huge book, so it's not going to take me long to get through. There's beautiful illustrations and stuff inside, so highly recommend something like this. There's a whole, shelf of samurai books that I might be checking out as I'm building Dragonborn Society. I also found, this will be fun. This is called The Tough Guide to Fantasyland by Diana Wynne Jones, which is written as if it is a tour guide book, but you're visiting a fantasy realm, right? Which I'm gonna have a lot of fun reading these and having. It's just one of those things that I'm thinking is gonna inspire a lot of little things that I can include. I think one was hidden waterfall locations. That's something that in fantasy is always there. And it can inspire me to be I should fucking build a waterfall, cave dungeon something, So it's just gonna be a little fun little thing to flip through and get inspired by. And thirdly, which is only tangentially related, but it is the Ultimate Micro RPG book. If you know anything about the editor James D'Amato, he's been in the RPG sphere for a while. Hey, Gift of Gabby! I'm doing well, thank you. Yes. Welcome in. But James D'Amato is a big, not the biggest name, but he's a big name in, he started the whole, he didn't start, but he helped the whole one-page RPG thing, and he wrote one of my favorite ones, which is called Coffee Shop AU, and he releases a lot of his micro RPGs for free. So he had a great podcast. I don't know if it's still going. He the one arc that I was interested in ended, and I went on to other things. So, but I'm just excited to see how many different settings and stuff I can find in here. It'll be interesting. Anyway, but the first two are directly related to Galdor, and the third one is just for ideas and inspiration as far as mechanics go. So so yeah, I just please go to your local library, get a library card. Even if you don't go to visit, you get a free app and free audiobooks or ebooks, whatever it is you want. There's no reason not to. Okay? So that's library talk. I wore the proper shirt today. I didn't even mean to do that. Support your local library. And if you have time, and the means, give them money. But your time is just as valuable. Okay, so, right, so, my favorite dungeon I've ever made was inspired by historical bathhouses. Cool. Being temples as well places of healing, which is an interesting twist. Take your inspiration from everywhere. Absolutely. Absolutely. Especially history. History, they always say, truth is stranger than fiction, and my god, is it true? There are so many weird historical things out there that you can just borrow, and there, a lot of them are so niche and only some people would know, but we have access to Wikipedia, and, we love to fall down our Wikipedia rabbit holes. There is so much stuff you can find out and learn and base just entire adventures on. Yeah, so history is very, very fun. Find micro history books. Should absolutely have healing bath houses in Dragonborn Realm. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have onsen so hard. Absolutely. Steal even the stuff that's nailed down. Oh yeah. Yeah, just get the hammer and just pry out the nails, and this is mine now. Yeah, so like I said in the second session now, I've got my NPCs, and everybody was so excited. I've got my first crush with an NPC. Very excited. I knew that was gonna happen, and I did the right fucking NPC too. I guessed the right one. So very excited. Somebody's got a crush on the tailor. Then they all love Jasper. They're all in love with Jasper. He's just so fab, and you know, they just absolutely loved healing bathhouses with red healing potions team. Ooh, I bet it smells like strawberries. Does anyone else have like a headcanon on how healing potions taste? Like, I always think of them as sweet first and foremost. Not like shitty medicine. If you have magic, you're gonna make your medicines taste good. For me, anyway. uh, so, they love Jasper. They taste like red. Mana tastes like blue. Yes, that's their color. But yeah, I think of them as like if Robitussin or other medicines didn't suck, you know. Whatever that flavor is, that actually could be good if it didn't have the medicine part in it. It's just, yeah. No, they have a point. It's true. It's like a purple flavor. No grapes have ever tasted like that. Healing potions smell like coffee and taste like fruit punch in my world. Yeah, fruit punch is what I'm saying. Cheap healing tastes like cough syrup. Purple flavor, yes, purple flavor is best flavor. And there are no grapes in the world that taste that way. No grape has ever tasted like the grape flavor. Right, so lots of interaction. They already got their first quest where they're going to go get the Dragonborn Woodworker's tools back from a sinkhole, which will be fun. I gotta round that out a bit. I'm also, and this is in no way like a read or a problem I have, but my game prep streams are gonna be less game prep and more game outline. I love you guys, but having you all kind of spout your ideas while I'm also trying to focus on game prep is not the thing. It doesn't work for my brain. So I'll have to like on Fridays sit down, do my game prep, and then stream what I've prepped, and like we can talk about like things that can enhance the game prep, basically, is how we're gonna do it. So just for reference, if I don't actually plan stuff on stream, that's why. I've been struggling so hard to write over the last 2 months. I've gotten barely over 2,000 words down. Yeah, but it could have been 0 words. There are people out there that got 0 words down. So, that are actively working on things. So that's something. Potions of resistance taste like painful, kind of spicy, but correlated to the element it's granting resistance to. Like a potion of cold resistance would be painfully minty. Menthol. 8 divine otherworldly entities in a singular race. I mean, that's a lot of stuff, if you ask me. I mean, that's a lot of stuff created. You're creating things. Sometimes that's hard, man. And that's okay. Just ride the wave of what you find inspiring at any given time, and don't worry about numbers. It's not, you know, I mean, unless you have a deadline, I don't know, but So, lots of interactions, good times, and they all got new outfits. And there's gonna be a dance at the beginning of next session, which I'm very excited about. Because like I said, this game is cozy as fuck, so I had to get them buy-in with the NPCs, and a dance is the perfect way. It doesn't have help. I have gone to the hospital twice. Jeez, well, stop that. Yes, feel free to share any of your creations over on the Discord. We can chat it out, and maybe we'll help you continue on creating. You're more than welcome to. On that note, speaking of creations, we are going to go over the subclass that Stinks made for Galdor. I didn't get to tell you how absolutely flattered and excited I am that you made something for Galdor itself. I am super fucking pumped. When you posted it, like, there was so much stuff going on with the, planning the game and, real world stuff and yada yada. So I didn't get to properly express, and I didn't feel like text would do it right. So I'm here to tell you I am very grateful for your time and energy spent in creating a whole ass subclass for my world. That's nuts to me, and I'm overjoyed. I'm absolutely overjoyed, and I'm very excited to go over it. I haven't gotten to read it yet, so this will be my first pass through. Yes, thank you. um, make an entity called the wife. That's a joke about men joking their wives, but what if it was an elder god that the whole cult marries? The wife being a pseudo-elder god, the wife loves all her followers and wants all the people to be her husbands and wives, united in love, free of jealousy or strife, or of the burden of free will and all the pain it brings. Have you played Sucker for Love? Because that sounds exactly like that. If you need vibes for a characterization, oh my god, just go go watch like a playthrough. You can either do it without commentary or with, either way. But yeah, Sucker for Love. Yeah, you need Crafty Kaiju. Hi. Yeah, go look up a playthrough of it, or buy it if you are so inclined. But it's basically about if Cthulhu was a cute anime girl, more or less, but she's still Cthulhu, and like other gods as well. So if you just, it's so good. The writing is incredible, and it's creepy. There's a lot of blood and gore and stuff. So mind yourself if you know. But just so you know, it's very cute. I love the game. It's like a puzzle kind of game with like what are they called? Light novels? Light novel kind of romance stuff, and there's alternate endings and all this kind of stuff. So it's super cute. Highly recommend for ideas for cultists, especially, and how the characterization would come about and that obsession, you know, that kind of stuff. So highly recommend. You could definitely get some inspiration from that. Yeah. So we're gonna go over Stinks' subclass, a monk subclass that they made specifically for Galdor. Again, thank you for spending the time and your creative energy, because I know how hard that can be sometimes. So I greatly appreciate your contribution, and I'm excited to see if I can fit that into my monk character that I already have. Okay. Let me get over to... Here we go. Alright. In the world of Galdor, there exists a sect of monks known as the Glowing Ones. By using a mixture of various magical practices, they have learned to use their ki as a conduit for the ambient energies that exist throughout the world. The natural magic that permeates the land, the lingering power left over from spells long since cast, all brought to fruition. This method of channeling magic causes their veins to faintly glow due to the magic constantly flowing through their body, hence their name. Love that. Many monks of this tradition are followers of Mystra, worshipping her alongside clerics of her domain. Many also blend their unique mixture of practices with entirely different forms of magic, such as wizardry. Their most prominent monastery is in Vorska, their radiant warmth piercing through the biting cold. Love that. Putting them in the middle of Vorska, I just see this very, very beautiful golden kind of building. It doesn't feel right to call the wife, but they care way too much about the cultist to be an elder god, so what they are is... Yep. Just say you can't pronounce it, so we just call her the wife. The spouse. Alright, so... Looks like you get up to 4th level spells, which is dope. Cantrips. I mean, this seems like a fair table if you're a magic monk. I like your funny words, magic man. Love that. Alright. Alright, when you reach 3rd level, you learn to channel magic through your ki. You learn 2 cantrips of your choice, one from the druid's spell list and one from the sorcerer's spell list. Okay. You learn an additional cantrip of your choice at 11th level, chosen from either spell list. Cool. The monastic spellcasting table shows how many spell slots you have to cast your spells of 1st level and higher. To cast one of these spells, you must expend a slot of the spell's level or higher. You regain all expended spell slots when you finish a long rest. Cool. Only 2 have any info on them, but they are imports from an old world, so it doesn't count. Oh, the rest of the pantheon is just names plus what they're gods of. I mean, I don't have a full pantheon either, and I already started my game, so whatever. For example, if you know the first level spell Cure Wounds and have a first level and a second level spell slot, you can cast Cure Wounds using either slot. Sure, yep. I like the roleplay opportunities for this. Using your key to cast spells could be very flavorful. Absolutely, yeah. Um, you know, 2 first level druid spells of your choice. Yes, post about your custom race, please. You know, first level druid spells of your choice and 1 first level sorcerer spell of your choice. The spells known column on the monastic spellcasting table shows when you learn more spells of the first level or higher. Each of these spells must be a level for which you have spell slots, and they can be chosen from the druid or sorcerer spell list. For instance, when you reach 7th level in this class, you can learn one new spell of first or second level. I love the flavor text stink. It's awesome. It's super cool. Driven... Whoa, hang on. I'm trying to get this scroll to cooperate. Driven underground by the rival Elven Emperor of the Sun Elves, in an effort to rid their biggest rivals of the area, the race formerly known as the Glimmering Elves. Have you posted this previously? I feel like I've read something like this. I think you... Yeah, I think you have. Yeah, I remember reading... Yeah, they're super cool. I love the idea. But yeah, Stinks, I'm loving the flavor text. I love the idea of, like, I see very, Doctor Strange, kind of like that sigil kind of, and, like, spell. Like, that's the immediate, like, idea. But instead of, like, the hard, like, movements that Doctor Strange kind of does in the movies, it's more like Tai Chi, and it's more like, collecting. I was in the hospital. That's fine. Yeah, no, I don't mind you reposting it. I'm just like, is this... I couldn't remember if it was you or somebody else that had an idea like that. So I wanted to make sure if I had read it before. I'm glad you're out of the hospital though. I'm stoned off my ass. That's totally fine. I get it. No, don't apologize. So yeah, I see, you know, a little Doctor Strange, a little bit of yeah, just like a sort of you're whatchamacallit? Oh god, turbine. Yeah, you're a turbine that collects energy, and it kind of comes in this graceful movement, and then you fire or whatever. It's super cool. Wisdom is your spell casting ability for your spells, since you channel them through your key. You use your wisdom whenever a spell refers to your spell casting ability. In addition, you use your wisdom modifier when setting the saving throw DC for a spell you cast when making an attack roll with 1. 8 plus proficiency plus wisdom, and proficiency plus wisdom. You can cast a spell you know as a ritual if it has the ritual tag. Okay, so they have access to rituals. That's always fun. You can use monk weapons as a spell casting focus. That's dope. Made a D12 name tables for first and last name. That's fun. I love having name lists ready. I have them for my Dragonborn already. I gotta do them for everybody else. I was thinking like Street Fighter, using your martial arts to create fire bolts, gust of winds, and thorn whips. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it ultimately it'd probably be up to the player of like how it looks. First names: Boglet, Fan, Locke, Belrad, Verad, Lilton, Lake, Metal, Gin, Viper, and Whiskey. Those I like them. They sound like biker names. Ascetic Magic. Also at 3rd level, when you use your action to cast a spell, you can use your martial arts feature to make one armed strike as a bonus action. Dope. Everyone seems like the Boglet. Boglet's just a cute name. When you reach 6th level, whenever you use your action to cast a spell, you can make a flurry of blows as a bonus action, expending a key point to do so as normal. Dope. Glowing Veins, your methodology of magic causes your veins to faintly glow with arcane energy. You can choose to emit dim light in a 5-foot radius. You can turn this light off and on at will without requiring an action. Very cool. Players love a glowy thing, whether it's themselves or otherwise. Living Lantern. Starting at 6th level, your veins glow even brighter, shedding light that reveals what is hidden. You now emit bright light out to a 15-foot radius and dim light out to an additional 15 feet. You can turn this on and off at will without requiring an action. While emitting this light, you have advantage on perception checks made to see anything within 30 feet of you, and any invisible creatures or objects within 15 feet of you are visible as faint, lightly obscured outlines. Very cool. Oh, you see a problem. Go on. I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. Hang on. There you go. Okay, we're back. Any invisible creature... Oh, we're still in the ad. I think we're back. Okay. Any invisible creatures or objects. You need to specify what the mechanical effect of this is, or players will fight about it. Sometimes I wish the neighbor's orange tree was an ent, that it could come over and have tea with me, then give me a kiss goodnight. That is the most wholesome thing you have ever typed out, Safi. Who are you? You're a little pod person. Who are you? You are not the Safi I know. Also, I agree with Crafty Kaiju. I would say, like, maybe creatures within invisible... Maybe relate it to, fairy fire in some way? Perhaps? That's my initial idea. Great voice acting. Let's keep this version of Safi. Saf is making kids right now. I'm his replacement clone Saf. Okay. I don't want to know how that works. Please do not give me the forward and back of what the hell that looks like. Saf, not Saf, get it right, nerd. Well, I'm sorry, they're just pronounced the same in my brain. Saf and Saf. Nuh-uh. Hi Safi. But yeah, it would be cool to, like, the invisible creatures, yes, definitely specify, but also, like, when invisible creatures are within that radius, if they're outlined with the color of your glow, whatever that may be. That way, again, characters love anything that allows them to customize their look. So it's not always the same glow, it's something else. I'll reference Fairy Fire after stream and make edits as appropriate. Thank you for pointing that out. I got a gift sub and now I have incredible emotes. Yes. I'm glad. Add some Wand of Secrets rules. That's true. Always fun to have a player that definitely knows where secret doors are, if that's relevant to your campaign. Oh my god. Who are these from? Evdo? Evildoers. That's fitting. Wow, these are... Look at the butt! The butt one! Oh my god, there's so many. My little butt. The glasses one is very good. I'm getting distracted. These are really cute. What does evildoers do? Are they just a gamer person, or do they do other stuff? They're really fucking silly. These are great. Oh, the scrim is very good. These are so fucking cute. God, I wish I had the money to have fucking cool shit animated like that. That stuff is so hard to do. Their D&D channel, think Critical Role if they were gayer in Gremlins. Dope! I will have to check them out. Let me do how do I do that? Hang on. Oops. Shout out. And let me make sure I... Evildoers. Doers. Nope, didn't like that. How did I do that? Oh, I have to actually... Okay. Evildoers. There you go. That should work. Cool. Go check them out. And I will also. They're adorable. I love them. Right. So yeah, the invisible thing. That was a. Oh shit! It's a Z. God damn it! Oh, fucking. Being a Twitch person is hard. Evil. Fuck. Doers. There we go. Oh, I can't do it now. Fuck. Alright. I can only do it once every 2 minutes, it looks like. Alright, I will do that later. Sorry. Not that one. I don't know who that is. Fuck them. Not really. Alright. Anyway, continuing on. Magical Momentum. At 11th level, whenever you use Step of the Wind, you can choose to regain an extended spell slot by expending an additional number of key points equal to the spell slot's level. Nice. Once you do so, you cannot do so again until you finish a short or long rest. I like that. Conduit Mastery. Starting at 17th level, you have mastered controlling ambient magic through ki, allowing you to innately heighten or weaken its presence. Once per turn, whenever you or a creature you can see within 30 feet of you casts a spell, you can expend 3 key points to attempt to either bolster it or snuff it out. If you bolster it, the spell functions as if it were cast 1 level higher than it actually is, to a maximum of 9th level. If you snuff it out, make a Wisdom ability check. The DC of this check is equal to 10 plus the spell's level. On a success, the spell fails, and the spell slot used to cast it is lost. Wow. That's really cool, having like that support role in there as well. I really like that. I really like that, Stinks. I want to eat a pickle right now. Yeah, no, I can't think of anything that would make it more fittable to Galdor, honestly. I think this, I mean, granted, I think this fits in pretty much any high magical campaign, but, yeah, the idea of them being in Vorska, not Vorstead, ugh, and, being this shining, like, beacon for people to go to is super, super duper cool. I love that. Yeah, no, this is great, Stinks. Thank you so much for putting so much work into this. You did it so fast, too. You were like, I'm gonna do this, and then, like, you were like, here it is. And I'm like, what the... Huh? Yeah, I don't see any other, like, potential issues with this in terms of, like, power or otherwise. Galdorian food. Galdorian food is like any food that you would see in a Ghibli film. And maybe because I'm hungry and have inspiration, yeah. Anything baked. Baked food's big there. Lots of mushrooms. Okay, yeah. There's one, I think I'm gonna make like the official dish of, I don't know if I want to do it of a country or of a culture, but there is this fucking delicious, can chicken Bastilla be a Galdorian food? I don't know what that is, but I will look it up. Let me see. Oops. looks great. Ooh. Skillet chicken pie. It's a dessert with chicken in it? Savory chicken with phyllo dough. I love phyllo dough. Anything with phyllo dough is so good. Season filling North African oh, African food is so fucking good. Um, succulent chicken filling. So, chicken thighs, black pepper, yellow onion, cloves, dates, okay, almonds, parsley, eggs, phyllo dough. I'm Moroccan, remember? Yeah, no, I remember. I've only had, like, African food like that maybe once or twice in my life, and I always remember it. I don't know what Ras El Hanout is, but I'm sure it's delicious. What is in it? My love, can we try that? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, phyllo dough. The blend consists of a complex mix, 10 to 30 different spices, sweet, savory, and spicy notes. Typically includes warming spices like cinnamon, cumin, coriander, turmeric, ginger, cardamom, nutmeg, cloves, and black pepper. The result is a versatile spice blend that gives a wide range of dishes to bold Mediterranean flavor. I'm going to have to see if I can find this particular spice, but it sounds amazing, and I'd love to try it. Turmeric, always good. Red pepper flakes, so it's got that little bit of spice with it. Oh, hell yeah. God, I'm hungry. Large pan, yeah, cook it up. Cutting board. Shred the chicken. Stir in the... Oh my god. Fold it in half. Brush the top. I mean, I see this as being... Let's see. Because it might not always be chicken. Sounds good, like a Mediterranean garam masala. Yeah. It's super crunchy outside, and the outside has the chicken in filaments, and it's chewy and num num num. The dates and crushed almonds, num num num. It sounds amazing. I mean, I'm here for it. I'm trying to think of a like a culture that would... I guess it would be I can't remember my own fucking world. Hang on. Where's my locations? What did I call that fucking place? Ta'amun. There we go. The desert. Sometimes it's made with fish and seafood, but only resemblance is the dough. Fish pie sounds also delicious. Hell yeah. Yeah, I could make that something within Ta'amun. I could have some culture. You hate it? Oh, you don't like seafood? I love seafood. Oh my god, I love seafood. It tastes inferior. BRB. Okay. But yeah, that's something definitely we could tie back to one of the cultures. We'll figure out which specific one started it sometime. Yeah, so thanks again to Stinks for that, and thank you for introducing me to that new food that I really want to try. I will have to save that and give it a shot. So yeah. So game-wise, session-wise, I just have to kind of fill out the first side quest that they'll be heading out to. Then I will be taking a look at the map, the hex grid. Makes me think of Ra's al Ghul. Taking a look at the hex grid and the map and see where I want them to go and where I have to get a dungeon in there. I'll probably start with a pretty small one. I don't think the sinkhole is really going to be a dungeon. It's just going to be kind of a thing that happened. But close by, I can get them because, I mean, they want shinies, they want money, of course they do, why wouldn't they? So, I might have a dungeon planning stream sometime in the near future, which will be fun. I have the little one that I did, like, as my first, like stream in this new venture, but, I have to, excuse me, my god, why am I doing that? I need more coffee. But I need to specifically sit down and create a ancient Fey dungeon, which will be fun. Just to a small one to introduce the idea of what the precursor society was like to the players, so they could kind of make uh, suppositions and things like that as we go. So that'll be fun. um, yeah, super cool. So those will be things. Can it be a treehouse dungeon? Oh, now you got me thinking. How am I gonna map that though? Pinterest, save me. Let me see. Tree dungeon. I have returned. Welcome back. Crafty Kaiju got me an idea for a tree dungeon, and now I want to do it, and I don't know how I would map it. That's pretty cool. Oh, look at that. Oh, why can't I live there? Wait, is this AI? Son of a bitch, it is because the text is all weird. Fucking hate it. I might have to use AI for this, honestly. God, a treehouse dungeon is brilliant. I'm gonna do that. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Thank you, Crafty. But now I gotta figure out how to do it. Oh, my bell trees. I can introduce those as part of the dungeon. That'd be fun. That tin 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 noise. Ugh, I want it to be real. This is pretty. Here's kind of a good one. I mean, it's more like a house, but yeah. I think I like the idea of doing something like this, where it goes up in through the trunk of the tree, like it was grown to be a house. So thank you to William Gibson. Wait, author of Neuromancer. I think I know that book series. I don't know if I've read it, but I think I know it. Giant tree whose fruits are large and hollow. Bugs like to cut holes in to make nests, and they abandon the hollow fruit after the hatching, making a network of hollow fruits that howl in the wind. Well, we already have the bell trees, which is kind of that, but different. Could be a mega tree, ruin in the valley, largely untouched by prior adventurers. Oh my god, it's all so cool. Add them into... Wait, did he drew that? Or did... Wait, why did this... He must have, like... I don't know if he drew it. Did he... I meant giant tree with... Oh, giant! Got it, yeah. The only... Okay, what if we did a fallen tree? Because otherwise the characters would have seen it and I didn't describe it. So what if it's a giant fallen tree? I don't know if I've ever read any William Gibson. I definitely have heard of his stuff. I will have to check him out and see if I can find some of his trees. But, could also have old influence from roving treant druids. Fallen trium. Fallen trium. So, yeah, I think a fallen tree, like a redwood, you know, like fucking huge. It's got all these, because it also would be an interesting shape, because it would be strangely like linear as a dungeon, except maybe like one or two offshoots. Have clues for Azalea. Good call. Okay. Alright, hang on, I gotta write this down or I'm gonna forget. Well, no, I'm not, because I have a stream, but you know what I mean. Okay, where's my... Session 2 notes. Well, this will be session 3 or farther. Fuck. Alright, hang on. I need to... Fallen Tree Dungeon. Clues for Azalea. Not a puzzle dungeon, but a hazards dungeon. Try not to slip and get stuck with dry sap as you hear the chitter. Oh, giant earwigs. Ew! Playing Wild Beyond the Witchlight, and one of the main villains is a huge hollowed out fallen tree. No spoilers with Witchlight, because I'm actually running husband through it. Eventually. Giant fruit. Sap. Hazard. Okay. Yeah, I will work on that. I will try to... We might make the map together, but At least one character. Yeah. Um, yeah, I will work on that dungeon idea because I really like that idea of a big old fallen tree. Big bugs would be cool for baddies. Yeah, that was a cool idea. Big bugs. I won't give any spoilers, but my character is totally planning to move into that tree when the adventure is over. I get it. Same. I would do the same thing. Mm. But alright, so there's our basis for the first dungeon of the game, which will be fun. Um, have them harvest the sap too, good idea. That'll probably be the initial uh, destroy eggs. Mm. Yeah. Wait a minute. Okay. Maybe bugs are sentient and can be reasoned with, and collect mushrooms. Yeah, mushrooms are always fun. Wait a minute, this is just Deep Rock Galactic for leaf-loving elves. I don't know. What, is that a show? Deep Rock Galactic? I feel like I've heard that before. I don't think I've seen whatever it is. Bugs are sentient. Yeah, sentient bug sounds cool too, because, like, they have ant people in D&D, don't they? Where's my monster manual? There we go. They're like the Thrykeen. It can be lit inside luminescent fungus. Always fun, yes. There they are. Yeah, ant people, the Thrykeen. Not the Tarask, Jesus Christ. Yeah, these guys, they're adorable. I hate ants, because they're so cute, and they're so mean. Deep Rock Galactic is a game where sci-fi dwarves go underground to harvest minerals and alien bug eggs and kill lots of bug aliens while completing the task. Oh, okay. Cool. So yeah, having sentient, or, okay, do we want to do I've never played with the Thrykeen, so I definitely, even though they're supposed to be from deserts. Maybe they'll be in the other parts of the world. I could also introduce, would recommend. I feel like it's a game you'd enjoy playing with the husband. I will check it out. No reason they can't live in a tree dungeon, though. Yeah, I'm thinking like leafcutter ants, so they look a little different than these guys. I could also have, oh my god. Oh my god, I cannot believe I forgot. Hang on. What are they called? I'll think of it. Nope. The fucking mushroom people. Help me. What are they called? Help me. I'm going through the... Hang on. Nope. Myconids. Okay, it's not in here. Alright, it's not my fault. I was looking... Oh, no, there they are. Fuck! Thank you, baby. I skipped right over it somehow. I'm like, I know it starts with an M. Looking at the M's, didn't see it. Because it's the last one. And my eyes were just like, nope. Okay. Okay, thank you, my love. Yeah, I could do also myconids, or maybe have them at least. I know, I had a fucking gummy for the first time in like a week in my brain. Yeah, introducing myconids either... Maybe there's some sort of disagreement between the two. No, I want to play a myconid PC. We have a myconid. Oh, I love myconids so much. I love them. Yeah, maybe there's like a disagreement between the myconids and the Thrykeen. Like, the Thrykeen live in living trees, but this one has fallen, and now the myconids want it, and now, but the Thrykeen insists that it's still alive, and so it's theirs. That kind of thing. That'd be fun. Oh, this is becoming less of a dungeon, isn't it? No, maybe something else is threatening the tree. I do love that idea. Okay, so they're both fighting over it. Both the groups are fighting over the tree. Imagine a myconid glowing one monk who's a glowing mushroom. I love that. I absolutely love that. If you just go on Pinterest, there are so many cool fucking myconid character drawings. I absolutely love them. But they've been fighting over it, but they're kind of ousted out of the tree because there's something else that moved in. What are those other bug guys? There's a really cool bug creature. What are they called? Ankegs. So maybe ink eggs have burrowed into the wood. Apparently these things are really cool. Who is... I do love... Maybe that's how we introduced the glowing one monk, is through a mic in it. That would be super cool. Although he never specifically would have trained, necessarily? What if... Okay, here's another thing. Okay, oh my god. What if... Alright, unfriendly bugs make sense. More beastie, less telly. Yeah. So, ink eggs, which are creepy motherfuckers, so I don't mind that. They look like fucking Zerg. But, okay, so, what if, because, since the glowing one monk is based around taking in ambient energy from the world around them, what if myconids are kind of, or can naturally kind of tap into that because the way they live, they absorb parts of everything. That's the whole way that mushrooms, you know, work, is the fact that they take dead, rotting stuff and become mushrooms. So what if myconids have a natural inclination towards glowing one type of you know, practice, because they're naturally taking in ambient everything? Because that would be cool and would explain why maybe they haven't been to the, you know, to Vorska to study. That would be cool. That makes sense. Yeah. Yeah, type up some cool, like, glowing one myconid lore if you'd like. My kids could be tied to Evershade or Raven Queen worshippers. My kids? Myconids, my love. Could be tied to Evershade. Yeah, I was thinking of, like, indirectly, since they absorb energy. Yes, I'm thinking maybe those are the... Maybe myconids were introduced by the Raven Queen. Maybe that's her, aside from maybe Kenku or something. Well, maybe not. What are my other gods? Darker. Entropy, nah. Loneliness, loss, and paranoia. Yeah, I think they would just may perhaps worship the Raven Queen in some way. A neutral part of the encroachment. Ooh, that could be clues. Ooh, oh boy. Yeah, that's possible. Alright. So, let me add myconids to my races. Myconids. Myconids are a mushroom-based race that have inclinations to death and decay. Inclinations toward death and decay. And are also known as gifted glowing... Oh, actually, I need to make a whole... I need to make a whole new thing, because we now have a subclass. And if there's any more, so subclasses... Whoops. Classes. And then I can add in all the glowing one stuff. So let me take subclasses and move that up here by that. Okay. And then... Whoops, glowing one. Alright, whoops. Okay, cool. There's that. Whoops. I want to eat cheese so bad, but I can't. It's not the cheese I like. Okay. Alright. It's gifted. Glowing one. Monks. As naturally gifted glowing one monks due to their naturally absorbent nature, I guess? It's a weird word. Makes him sound like... How's Aloe Vera Boy doing, by the way? Oh, that's right! We wanted to make an Aloe Vera Boy. We haven't gotten a chance to make plant people yet. I do have to work on that. I haven't had reason to introduce them yet, but I mean, yes. The characters are obsessed with Jasper. So, I tell you about the session I had yesterday yet? No, I don't think you did. Please tell me. Alright, cool. Alright, so myconids are in there. Alright. Known to pay homage to the Raven Queen due to her... I'm being... oh, for fuck's sake. Really? Twitch? You don't like the word DILF? I'm being shipped with the skeleton dragonborn DILF NPC that's been accompanying us. Good times! Oh, ad break. Alright, I'm gonna go to the bathroom, I'll be back. Okay. He gave me a crystal flower, and we had a private talk about our general situation and each other's tough backstory. We bonded. I want to kiss that skeleton on the snoot now. Oh my god. I love that. Hell yeah. Would you like to bone him? I'm sorry. I couldn't resist. Oh, it's so bad. Alright. I was also adding some plant life to the world based around... I don't know if anyone else has played Little Witch in the Woods, but it's a cute little game. Want to know a terrifying fact about mushrooms? Always. I love fungus. This game is just fucking adorable. And okay, I'm gonna move away from that. Okay. There's a mushroom whose protein structure is so similar to human beings that eating it causes your brain to attack. I know this! Yes! Causes your brain to attack itself because it thinks you committed cannibalism. Yes! So badass. I love how fucking people that study plants can't understand what the fuck mushrooms are. I love mushrooms because they refuse to be defined by any science. The minute they think they got it, they find a new kind that breaks all of the understood science about it. I love mushrooms. Nature's little rebels. Fuck your labels. I'm not a plant. I'm not an animal. You don't know what I am. Um. What's that disease you get in your brain? Prions. Prions, when you get in your brain and your brain starts to break down because it thinks you ate a person. But it only happens if you eat, like, brain matter or organ matter. Mushrooms telling the LGBTQ community. Yeah. Yeah, if you ever, like, learn about cannibalism and what happens to the brain if you commit cannibalism, it is fucking terrifying. It is so scary. Alright. Yeah, so I was adding plant life based upon Little Witch in the Woods just because it's super simple, cute stuff. Witch flower, silver star bell, which was a flower, wetland grass, and mandrake, of course. So I'll have to add in more little plants and what they do. Just something that I can reference for when inevitably I have them go after some particular plant or mineral or whatever the hell. Just something that they can look into and I have a name for already ready rather than having to think of one off the top of my head and probably coming up with something kind of dumb. um, so yeah, I also wanted to talk a bit about here. I know the Pantheon is this ongoing, you know, mushrooms are also... Oh, babe should give them access to the stuff we introduced with Dealey's Grow Box. Oh, yeah, I'll have to look at your notes. Mushrooms are also one of the only foods you can't truly overcook unless you outright burn them because their proteins denature differently compared to plant and animal proteins. I fucking love mushrooms. They're delicious as well. That's awesome. I love that. So I was looking through, if any of you... Here, let me go over here. Hello. So you can see this, because this is worth being seen. If anybody... This kind of took the world by storm in 2021. It was a Kickstarter for this game called Wander Home. You can't really see it. There we go. A little bit better. It is an adorable game. It is very cozy. You play animal characters, like with the Redwall series of books and things like that, where it's not necessarily about fighting monsters. It's more about, like, finding yourself and a lot of emotional kind of stuff and philosophical a little bit. I'm gonna be honest, where I don't know if it's because of the type of DM I am, or I'm just not used to these kinds of games, because this is a system I had never touched before this game came out, but I wanted it so fucking bad that I got it. I kickstarted it, and my name is in the book, which is cool, but, yeah, I got it specifically because it's very simple to make a character, and it's very narrative based, but it's, for me, it's hard to make adventures for, or encounters, or however you want to call them, because there's not really fighting, because it's more about the war of the self and finding, like, and healing, and it's a very therapeutic kind of game. Me and husband tried to play through it, and I found it extremely difficult to find something to do. It's just a talking game, and we kind of entered into it like it was a RPG game, but it's the world called Haith, or Hearth, I'm not sure how you're supposed to say it, is very, very cool and very cozy. The art is absolutely worth it alone. They did such a great job. This is J-Dragon, which is an LGBTQ creator that did an excellent job just kind of putting this all together. I forget the system it's based off of. I think it's kind of based off of like Apocalypse World and powered by the Apocalypse engine a little bit, but there's also another one out there that's something like that. I don't know. But in this book, they talk about small and forgotten gods. And basically, if you look at, this is again Ghibli, if you look at, or Ghibli as it's supposed to be pronounced, I learned, Ghibli films who have like your little soot sprites or the little guys in the tree that go and like have the crazy face, you know, whatever. Those are basically the forms that small and forgotten gods would take in this world. So that's kind of the vibe I'm going with my minor gods. Same kind of idea. They're a little harder to understand. They don't necessarily speak your language, you know? They just might come as messengers and try to lead you in one way. There might be soot balls that look like that. I have little soot balls on a shelf out there as well. But they could, I mean, it could even be the little fire sprite that like in the fire in some of those movies. But I wanted to look through them again, and this game is not very it's concrete, but it's not concrete in a crunchy way. It's not crunchy at all. So if that's something you need in your games, which I completely understand because I struggled with this, this is a better game to play by yourself, frankly. That's what I have found. It's something... Oh, the T-Dragon books, yeah. Hang on. I gotta make sure I don't knock over my Lego set while doing so. Hang on. I can't knock over the Shimada Temple while getting my T-Dragon... There we go. Alright. The T-Dragon books, read these, please. It's this one, and the T-Dragon Tapestry is the direct sequel to these two characters, but there's a second one called, like, the T-Dragon Festival, I think? But, oh my god, the art is so fucking cute. It's a comic book, and it's just... It is just... Everybody's gay, and it's just... Everything's cozy and sweet, and... I fucking love it. Anyway, but yeah, this system is not for the crunchy, mechanically minded, first of all, and using it as a journal prompt kind of vibe would probably suit a lot of people. I tried to do it, and I got a little bit farther than I did with the actual try to sit down and play kind of vibe. I do have to glue it back down because unfortunately the cover is coming off, which is a bummer. But it is an absolutely beautiful book. Where is it? Work with me. Small and Forgotten Gods. Small and Forgotten Gods. They don't really they don't go into detail of about what the Small and Forgotten Gods are, except for, like, it could be the spirit of a stream, or a fire, or, you know, a cup of tea, like that kind of stuff. It's small, truly small things that are no longer worshipped, but you can leave offerings for, and they will bless you with small bonuses or something like that. There's really not any dice in this system either. There's no rolling. So, there's no numbers. It is all completely narrative. You just choose sentences and traits and stuff, and then you just go, and you just talk to your friends, and you go through it. And it can be good if you have the right group. Maybe I just don't, or I'm nervous because it's a very emotional game, and that's a lot to ask when you just want to kind of sit down and roll some dice. If you have a group of friends that are used to having deep, meaningful conversations, and they have a lot of initiative and drive when it comes to playing characters, then this is probably a great game for your group. But otherwise, I would suggest sitting down. There's I I think there's a free add-on that lets you use tarot cards to decide what happens as you go, which helps, you know, fill out stuff like that. That's what I did, and it was a little better, but it's not a game you can just run off the cuff. You have to plan for it. You have to know the characters. You have to know the players. Lots of safety, you know, stuff, because it can get deep, and that can be scary at a table of friends. Um, so, but yeah, I was reading through it again, and then I was just kind of reminded that the game doesn't really give you any jumping off points. It's just like, here's an idea, now run with it. And it's great. And I have ideas, but when you have an idea versus enacting upon that idea, those are two very, very different things. So but yeah, I want to come up with more concrete ideas. Whoops, hang on. Where are you? For the minor gods. There might be several, you know. So, like, think of a sentient item in D&D. That could be considered a minor god. A sentient sword that is, like, waiting for a true hero to pick it up, you know, Excalibur style, could be a minor god of Bahamut that was sent to wait and be there for when the right person comes along and picks it up. So, kind of that kind of vibe. So, a spell book, could be, you know, something that reveals itself over time to the right mage, that kind of thing. Which would annoy the shit out of a bunch of other mages that for some reason they can't read it, but this one person can. Super fun. You know, Gond could have either like a fire sprite that powers a forge, or a sentient hammer, or gear, or something, you know, any number of things. So, you know, taking that and running with it is super fun, and it gives me the ability to introduce more concrete representations of gods that are a little bit, you know, amalgamous in this world, because it's like God of Joy. Cool, who doesn't worship the person that brings you joy? And it's just like, yeah, but there's other places. Why wouldn't you worship magic or good fortune for that? You know, why would you choose one over the other? And if you're chosen by a god as a champion, how does that happen? Because yeah, you could do the classic, you know, come to you in a dream or in a vision, and that's fine, but I'd like something a little bit more concrete, because I have new players, and the gods are, at least the ones that are contacting mortals, are generally chill for now, until some shit happens. But, so yeah, that's the basic idea of the minor gods, and I'm not going to put too many on at any given time beforehand, because again, it depends on what the characters are interested in. I do have to figure out a little bit more about Ralashaz, and since I did introduce an NPC who has a backstory connected to them, and there's a couple other NPCs that I need to kind of just make sure their backstories are solidified in my mind, because the characters are really interested in talking to them, which is great. But I'm very excited about, but I have to make sure that they exist as a three-dimensional person in my brain before I go into that roleplay aspect of the game. So yeah, I'm going to be working on stuff like that, minor gods, you know, and what they look like or what forms they take. I think it's rare for a god or a messenger of a god to talk directly to you in any understandable way. Again, it's part of that understanding that the gods are kind of beyond human understanding to a point. So it goes from there. There has to be some sort of language barrier, for lack of a better term, something outside of You know, just, hey, you're the chosen of blah blah blah. And it's like, great, I guess. Okay, you know. Because again, being the chosen of a god is no small thing, and I think it requires choice. Um, and yeah, there's a lot of stories about people being chosen and denying their destiny and all that kind of stuff. But again, I'd like this world to exist as a world of heroes and a world of people that are fundamentally good. And so if something or someone came to them and asked for their help, generally speaking, they're going to take it and do whatever needs to be done. So that's my understanding of the world. And it could be interesting if one of the characters... I would never take a character's agency away, so if it ever becomes a thing that they're chosen, seemingly by a god, or given some message by a god, and they decide not to take it, I altered the 6th level feature slightly. Cool. If they decide not to take it, there's, you know, consequences to that, and that can be explored from there. So, you know, things like that, things to think about, things to have in my brain as we go. My throat really hurts today. I'm sorry if I have to keep taking pulls on my water. I don't know why my throat... I must have, like, slept with my mouth open last night or something. You know, I just got a constant tickle in my throat. Yeah, so minor gods, that kind of thing. Maybe we'll design a dungeon tomorrow, Wednesday or something. Maybe not Wednesday. Maybe next Wednesday. I don't want to have too many spoiler streams, but dungeon creation does take a while, so it might have to be a long Wednesday stream that I do it on. Maybe I can trick Arcane into helping me draw a map, because I don't know how. Not really. I'll have to fuck around with Incarnate and see if I can find something out with that, and kind of design... Although it's not really... I have a game. I have a thing called, Dungeon Alchemist that lets you build dungeons just digitally, which is great. So I could mess around with that on stream too, and maybe that would be fun to talk about. I don't think they have exactly what I'm thinking of. I don't think they have like wood, so we'd have to finagle with it or something. But either way, that would be fun to mess around with at some point. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I don't know. I hope I'm not getting sick. Ugh, that would suck if that's just the energy. So, and it's gonna be really fun when I figure out the dark gods, like, minor messengers and whatnot, and what that means, what they look like. They could be, you know, ghosts. Free Ganja Island! It's with an H, asshole. Spell it right if you're gonna reference my world, sir. Welcome in, Mike. Hi, how are you? Hope work was okay. I imagine that's where you're coming from. Ganja Island. That just came... I'm so mad. Ganja Highland. You're an asshole. But yeah, we'll figure out what that looks like as we go. It'll be, again, it'll get kind of ambivalent at certain points. Like with Joaquin, like I guess a coin could be like a small item that could serve as a messenger finding its way to the right pocket. Which we were talking about before with potential ideas for Nubia's coin thing with the, somebody had the idea of having, like, some sort of, whatchamacallit, hologram, magic hologram in it or something, which could be cool. We'll figure that out. Yeah, so that'll be a fun kind of thought exercise. Husband and I plan on sitting down tonight and talking about some game stuff that I need some help with. Cultural, like, I was, again, I was at the library. I showed you my books earlier, what I got. I was at the library looking for world building books. Not really a thing, at least not in my library. It's really hard. Like, there are a lot of books on how to write a novel and like things like that, which is close. That's where I found my little fantasy book, but it wasn't exactly what I was like. Or I was looking for like even like history, like how cultures are formed. That's basically what humanities is, right? And like if you take a humanities course in college, you learn about culture. That's what that is, and what makes humanity a culture or various cultures shoved together on a planet. So I was looking for something like that, and there's really nothing. I was going from a writer's perspective. I was going from a historical perspective. There was nothing really directly that I could see available to me. So I'll have to keep looking for ideas. I mean, there's plenty of you know, uh, articles and things that you can read, Reddit posts and blog posts and stuff like that, and that's great. And I've already used some of them, but like sitting down and like kind of, hi Yagami, try anthropology. Yeah, maybe I was just looking in the wrong place. Um, I'll try that next time I go to the library. Um, but I was expecting at least something from a novelist writer perspective, but at least not in that library. Perhaps there's one somewhere else, but we'll figure it out. Um, it's something that creates context, Like I love a good list. I love the questionnaires that I come across, and I have them saved, and I plan on filling them out for Galdor as we go. But, some small novella that's like, hey, consider context and look at these real world examples and that kind of stuff. And it sounds honestly that I might just need a textbook. Like a humanities college textbook, perhaps. Maybe that's what I need. Who knows? I should have been in the reference section, maybe. So, but I'll expand my search next time I head to the library. Once again, please visit and support your local library, because it is so important. Go get a library card if you don't have one today. It is free, and you get access to free audiobooks and ebooks through apps. So you don't even have to go into the branch. You can just get books on your phone. Please, please, for God's sake, support your local library. It is so important. Um, I will try anthropology, though. That is a good idea, Yagami. How was your weekend? Both Mike and Yagami, you just got in here, so tell me how your weekend was. Hopefully it's not too terrible. Hope you got some rest in there. You had me at Wow, human titties. Wow, actual 13-year-old Llama Mike in the chat. You're too young to be in this chat, sir. At least your mind is. Such a dick. So yeah, my thought process is going in to continued world building, our minor gods and messengers of the gods, what they look like, what they do, why they do it, so on and so forth, what quests they can eventually introduce to the characters, or NPCs even. I've been sleep deprived these last few days. Well, go take a nap, sir. It's nap time. As well as some more cultural. I have to figure out more cultural stuff. I got obsessed with the Dragonborn and the kobolds, and I will continue to do so. I have to kind of build upon the kobolds that the players will meet with. All jokes aside, I wish I still had my old humanities textbooks for you. One of my best friends is a humanities professor, so honestly, I could just sit down with her and be like, how do cultures work, please? How do I do... So, that's always available to me. So, I just, I wanted some books to read first so I could approach it in a, intelligent kind of manner, because it's been a while since I've, taken a humanities class. Although I might still... She does have a YouTube channel that has some videos on it that goes over her lessons, so maybe that'll help. Anyway, um, yeah, so filling out the quest, the first side quest that they'll be taking to go get the tools of the Dragonborn woodworker, uh, then getting the kobold idea solidified in my brain. Um, Other cultures of the world I have to assign. I also made that's right. I made up the ruler of the of Ryoto, the Dragonborn society. I want to start each society with their, king, queen, whatever it is that they have. Um, it's an ad. God damn it. Fucking. Hang on. Let me get to it. All right. So I completely stole a lot for the for Ryoto societally and just general overarching vibes from Rokugan, from Legend of the Five Rings, if you're familiar. I still have to work on the clans. God, there's so much to do. Uh, you ever sit there and think about all the things you have to do and go, oh no. Um, so Mahatma Gandhi? Wow. No. Gandhi was a piece of shit. I mean, what he did was great, but he was not a nice man. But anyway. So, we have the clans that we have to figure out for the society. I have the artists. Wait, hang on. Artists, diplomats. Oh god. I always forget races. Where are you, Dragonborn? There we go. Artists, diplomats, guardians, scholars, and scouts. Those are the 5 clans. The names I'm working on, I will get there. And they're, and it doesn't matter. It might have started based on color at some point, in the Dragonborn past. Maybe a particular color started each of these clans, but, right, anybody can join anything as if they prove themselves, worthy of those talents. The capital of Ryoto is Hajimari, which I think was like first city in Japanese, or like palace city or something like that. And then the emperor is Emperor Mitsurugi Takagawa. Mitsurugi is a reference to my favorite Soul Calibur character, because Mitsurugi's hot as fuck. And Takagawa is the name of one of the first samurai families. One of the original, leaders of that whole thing. So I wanted to reference that. And that's, here, wait. Sorry, I'm working on my next product for my shop and lurking. My weekend was good. I was able to make some progress on my world on Saturday. Yesterday was not so good. I felt somewhat drained and couldn't do anything for the world, but I'm happy with my progress. So, that's all that matters. I'm glad you got some progress done. Yes, but that is Emperor Mitsurugi Takagawa. Super cool dude. Haven't figured out his whole personality yet, aside from Japanese Emperor, which all kind of had the same characterization. So I've got to set him apart somehow. But needless to say, he's a skilled warrior. He's basically a jack of all trades kind of guy. He has to be, in order to represent all of the clans, he has to be familiar with what each of them do. So I see him as, the perfect samurai would have been somebody that not only has taught themselves how to fight and how to survive in, life or death situations, but they're also philosophers, artists. They meditate. They're spiritual. They're helpful to their fellow people, like all that kind of stuff. So just imagine him for now until I figure out what makes him different, as how he portrays himself is as the perfect samurai. That's how he became the leader. Again, I don't know exactly how... I would assume that it is Emperor, so that with that comes with that idea of, you know, family bloodlines, but I don't think that's necessarily true here. I think it's probably the best of each clan come up with reasons they should be the next emperor, or maybe they're chosen by, you know, the last emperor, or I'm not sure yet. We'll figure that out. You know, the government structure is interesting to think about. And he's an elderly man, so whether or not he already has an heir or somebody, you know, he has in mind that he's training, potential cool, you know, NPC ideas there, should the characters ever find themselves interested, or in future games, if we explore more of that world, that could be a lot of fun. Whoops. But yeah, so I have a ruler for them. I'm gonna go through each nation. I still don't have a name for that bottom one. I don't have a culture reference for this one. For this bottom nation. Come on now, you can load. I believe in you. Oh my god. Yeah, this blue one down here. I don't have a name or an idea for that one. I have to make that for my world right now. I have almost no rules or my regions. Well, honestly, if you're starting if you're starting low level, then it's really not important knowledge. It's just something that I want to have in my head, because the rulers kind of inform the culture, and the culture inform the rulers, so it's something that I want to... And I got super obsessed with Ryoto and the Dragonborn, so I want to be sure I have a solid idea of that in my head and what that means. But honestly, I've never covered really any rulers in any of my games. I've never had, like, you're gonna go meet the king or the queen or whatever. I've never had that happen, and maybe I'm missing, you know, kind of a classic fantasy thing. But yeah, my heroes usually stay pretty regional. I never really go farther outside that to, like, capitals and nations and stuff like that, which probably because I've never gone past, like, level, I don't know, 12 in most adventures, because I find it difficult to make adventures when you're that fucking powerful. So maybe that's something I should start looking into. But since I got super obsessed with samurai and everything, I was reading up on Japanese emperors through the Edo period while the samurais were a thing, which there was an emperor, but it was mostly the daimyos of various regions that were kind of in charge of the most people, and then the emperor was in charge of the daimyos. So that's probably exactly how that's gonna be here. So the characters are unlikely to meet the emperor for any reason, but it's good to have that as an idea. Then I have to make the leaders of each region, and again, none of this is important right now. I have 2 places on this world that I assume the characters are going to spend most of their time, and that's in Arcadia and in Ta'amun. Ta'amun, I imagine, is going to be very important in later games. My regions right now are mostly there, but I have nothing in them, yeah. But I need... So, Ryoto is Japanese, Ganja is your general, island, Jamaica, Caribbean vibes. Waidaru is swampland, orcish culture, kind of based around Louisiana, New Orleans kind of stuff, because I always have to have a fucking New Orleans proxy in my games. Stanskred is basically, if you took Skellige from The Witcher 3, that's basically what's going on there. Then Vorska is Russian, Eastern European, all over there, very cold, windy kind of place. That's where tieflings come from. Generally. No, excuse me. No, not tieflings. Or did tieflings come from Stanskred? I'm also not delving too much into it until I speak to my players. Yeah, to see what they would like for their characters, to see how much they would would be needed. Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just, when I get into a hyperfixation, I will write for it, but for like actual game planning stuff, I'm not really, delving too much into anything. Um, but yeah, and then Ta'amun is your desert, kind of Egyptian theme vibe. Arcadia is, yeah, me too. Arcadia is your classic, UK European fantasy based, starting with the classic fantasy tropes, dragons and castles and sword and sorcery, that kind of stuff. So I need one more thing, one more culture or reference point, real or otherwise, to give to that last area. And I'm just struggling. I'm just struggling with it. There aren't any wide swaths of, civilization necessarily in this world. So there's, like, I couldn't base it on a city necessarily. But the vibe. There could be like a perpetually rainy well, we have a swamp. That's kind of that already, isn't it? Do you have African themed anymore? Well, I mean, like Ta'amun is kind of that, the desert region of Africa. So like Egypt and, certain like the Sahara Desert, like that's kind of where a lot of my and Middle East and all that kind of stuff. Although Africa is huge and diversified. Yeah. Australia perhaps. Australia. Meow. Australia. Didn't we have a joke that we were going to make the drow Australian because they're upside down technically in this world at some point? I feel like that joke was made, which is fucking hilarious, and it's really fucking hard for me to do an Australian accent because it always just becomes British. And I know that's probably offensive to rainforesty could be. Yeah, because Wairu is more swamp. I don't have a rainforest necessarily. So like big jungle. Uh, that could be. So like South America, Amazon basin. That could be because we have orcs and goblins are up in Wairu primarily. These are just general vibes of each place. None of these races have to stay there. None of them are forced to stay there. None of them go, everybody's kind of melting pot all over the place. But for that, we have Ryoto is, Dragonborn and Kobolds. Wairu is orcs and goblins. Arcadia is kind of a little bit of everything, but like elves and more earthbound religions, halflings. Then Ta'amun is... I don't think I figured out the races that not necessarily came from, but like had a start in these places, and therefore were I have reference for. Stenskred is dwarves and gnomes. That's right. So Stenskred is dwarves and gnomes. What? I guess, Ta'amun is not widely populated. There's probably like, kind of like Australia, how like there are only parts of it. Hi, Asher. Are you saying hi? Hang on. Asher Cam, come here. Say hi. Look, he matches his pillow in the background. Look at those eyeballs. Say hi. Oh, come on. He's being a butt. Come on. Oh, you put those claws away. Supposedly Tabaxi came from jungles. Oh yeah, I haven't had Tabaxi. If you don't have those figured out yet. Oh. Okay. Bye, Asher. Go on. It's almost time for them to eat, so they're getting antsy. Tabaxi's a good idea. So Tabaxi in the rainforest, that could be fun. Maybe a couple of the other animal-like races. I haven't decided how many animal, you know, based races I want in this world. I mean, I know I got Dragonborn. Tabaxi is great because I love cats. Tatmoon could be cat folk. Or jackal folk. Oh, that's true too. Yeah, they could be desert people too. Yeah, because that's like the, Khajiit from Skyrim. That's hard. I think I like cat people being cat and jackal folk. Could be from Ta'amun. I think I like that better. Then rainforest could be lizard folk, I get, although they could be in Wairu too. Um. Hmm. Oh, Jesus. I don't have any. I don't think I'm gonna do like Goliath. Stenskred is also ironically the land of giants. So like gnomes and dwarves and then fucking giants are there. Yeah, Vorska. Vorska could be tiefling. Because I already gave my one tiefling this accent, so they're already kind of. Although I think in the game I said Stanskred and that they were from Stanskred and not Vorska, but I doubt the characters remember that, so I can just correct myself. So tieflings from Vorska, then that's all of the major races aside from human, but they're all over the place. Um, hmm. Is there a race I haven't included? I mean, Kenku are all around. The Kenku don't really have a place specifically, although they partner with dwarves quite often. All right. Oh, fuck you, D&D Beyond, you garbage fucking site. Don't go to D&D Beyond. Don't give them money. Fuck them. Azamar, I don't think are gonna have a place in this world, honestly. Bugbear, Centaur, Changeling, Custom. Hi, Eekster! Welcome in! How was class? Fairy... Oh, Fearbolg. I did want to have Fearbolgs in there. No, we wanted to make them from Ganja. That's right, we wanted them to be stoners. Hadozi, half-elf. Oh, the bunny people. Bunny people could be from the desert as well. I was interning for a junior theater class. Oh, good for you. Kalishtar, Kender, Leonin, whatever. Loxodon, Minotaur, Orc. I gotta figure out Minotaur stuff. Owlin, Plasmoid. Oh, Ooze people. I don't have Ooze people. I've never played with Plasmoids in my games. That would be fun. Fucking Ooze. Tiefling, Tortle. Oh, Tortles too. Tortles could come from the jungle. Tritons too. Magical Blood Limited. I need to make more rivers. Look up the Kenra on D&D Wikidot. They're semi-official Jack people. Pretty sure. Jackal people. Pretty sure they came from Kobold Press or something. We're figuring out Ganja. I'm trying to figure out the last... Oh, hang on. Get to the right place. I'm trying to figure out the last nation in Galdor. Oh, I'm at the wrong camera. There we go. The last nation down here. Because I have everything else I need to name and decide the culture of this one. And we're thinking of making it a jungle, like, rainforest kind of thing down here. Super, super cool. Love the idea. We're just trying to figure out what race is kind of based in that general area. Yonti as well. Yonti are generally jungle dwellers, so snake people, always fun. Um, yeah, okay. Yeah, I've got a list of various ones that can kind of be based in the jungle. That would work. Snick, yes, the Yonti. Uh, Here, let me show you them. They have a couple different, forms. Wait, Yonti. There we go. Like, the women and men are different. And then, like, there's, like, warrior classes, and then... which, like, are people with 4 arms, I think, if I remember correctly. They're super cool. I haven't been able to really look into them as a race. Some of them are just basic, like, they just have snake scales in the eyes, and they have, like, fangs that come out. So, they're super cool. I think they're in the monster manual first, but then... was it Mordenkainen? Hang on, let me see if I can find them. Oh god, no, my books! No! Too many books! Hang on. Oh, Jesus Christ. Ugh. Okay, sorry. There we go. Are the Yonti in here? No, not in this one. Are they in Volos? Sexy Snake Lady, yes. I don't know who to thank for that, but here we go, the Yonti. Yonti people, 92. So those could be desert or rainforest based. Next race for future campaigns are high up on the list, I understand. Let's see. The serpent creatures known as Yonti are all that remains of an ancient, decadent human empire. Ages ago, their dark gods taught them profane, cannibalistic rituals to mix their flesh with that of snakes, producing a caste-based society of hybrids in which the most snake-like are the leaders and the most human-like are spies and agents in foreign lands. So, obviously that's not going to be what happened to them in my world. I will figure that out. They will probably be, again, some chosen race by one of the gods, and they were given that form because of it. Who knows? Here, let me... they're super cool. Hello. They're not giving me... Yonti, like, adventures. They have their own gods. You know, all snake gods, of course. Physical variations. Here we go. Ideals. Yonti are emotionless, yet feel completely superior to humanoids. Yonti, Y-U-A-N-T-I. Yonti. They have pyramids and stuff. They're cool. So they could be both... yeah, Yonti, correct. They could be both desert and jungle. Yes, Yonti. So, I different forms, like, you know, Cobra Yonti could be in the deserts, and then like water moccasin like Yonti could be in the jungles. All very cool. They could be more based on like South American Aztec kind of society, I think is my initial idea. Coming to me right now, with less cannibalism. We're gonna cut out the cannibalism, we're gonna cut out the dark god bullshit, just the fact, we're just gonna, just like I did with the Kenku, Eekser's flipping out, can I give Nubia a fucking snake, significant other? I want that. That would be a hell of a pairing. If you need snake breed ideas, I'm your guy. Oh, I know, yeah. So I think the main types are gonna be like your pythons for jungle, and then cobras for desert. those are my initial ideas, and then the ranges, it can range from there. So super cool idea. Um, all adorable. Uh, Hognose snake girlfriend. Oh, I'm gonna mess with you. Nubia's not gonna have a significant other. Bitch, bet me. But yeah, they're super cool. And like people of course go fucking hard with the idea of like the mouth and stuff like that. Super fucking cool. Um there. Oh, look how cute she is. God, she's a nightmare. Uh how do you kiss? Carefully. But yeah, I'll mess around with the culture. I'm not gonna make them emotionless, like whatever. That's so boring. Like, why would you even put that like in your world? Yeah, here's what the lads look like. Like, that's a high class warrior in the Yonti like canon society. So, but yeah, we'll mess around with that. I thought there was another type that had like 4 arms or something, but I can't remember. So yeah, maybe Yonti in this world aren't emotionless, but rather highly emotional. They don't experience anger, they experience rage. They don't experience happiness, they experience joy bordering on mania. They don't experience sadness, they experience crushing depression. That's fun. Yeah, just swing it the whole other way. I like that idea. It's probably why they stick to the jungles. They probably don't really get along with a lot of people because a lot of people kind of go, whoa, tamp it down, easy. You know, it's okay, snake person. Yeah, yeah, we'll mess with that. It'll be maybe that's why they're not widely traveled or why they don't have a huge society. Like imagine if you, and I know like people with bipolar disorder probably know, oh my god, I made them bipolar. But like that swinging, imagine an entire culture of that, like nothing would get done. So maybe the Yuan-Ti aren't exactly a widely traveled or widely grown society. They're just kind of like pockets in the jungle and in the deserts. So they're probably super rare. Bipolar hognose sexy snake girl. But if a Yuan-Ti were to go and become a monk and like get control of their emotions, like that could, or I mean, they could be Yuan-Ti barbarian clan. Oh fuck, that sounds cool as hell. Okay, okay, yeah, I'm gonna fuck with that. Okay, I have ideas. Yeah, so wow, super cool. Super cool ideas already coming up. I'm very excited. These are great. I do have to end it here because I have a lot of stuff to do around the house in general, and I gotta get ready for gym and whatnot. So, I'm gonna find somebody to raid. Who do I raid? DM Geezer is going right now, so perhaps him will do. Hang on, let me make sure he's not gonna like end at some point. Okay, he's been going for like 2 hours. He might be ending soon. Okay, hang on, let me see if I can find somebody. Playmat. Oh, Playmat is going. He's prepping for VTM. Okay. He looks to be in the middle of conversation. He's also been going for about 2 hours. Alright, so, hang on, let me pause my music. We're gonna go ahead and raid with, over to, the Playmat, because he's super cool. I've run into him once or twice, in the community. So let's do that. Alright, thank you guys so much for hanging out. I greatly appreciate it. Wednesday will probably be another long stream, so long as I get everything I need done. I'm gonna rest my fucking voice for the rest of the day, because my throat is hurting me. But thank you all. Thank you, Stinks, for your subclass. That is fucking awesome. I'm very excited to continue to explore on that. Thank you, everybody, for your great ideas. And we're gonna go raid playmat. All right, let's get ready. All right, here we go. Counting down. Thank you guys. Go play pretend. Take care of yourselves. I love you. You're great. Continue to be great. Bye.